Good evening, everyone. Hope you all must be doing great. So let's start with the practice session. I have actually shared this file also with you, also uploaded on the Google Drive. Even if you have not received it, even in case you have not received it, not to worry at all. I'll be sending it to you. Right now, you can look at this screen. So straight away, let's come with the question. The first question says, guys, the screen is visible to everyone?
Sir,
Good. Okay. Question number 1 says, Kamal, a resident individual, age 48 years, is working at a senior management position in private bank. Okay. So before starting the question, I always tell you that please see what the question is actually asking from us. So before starting a total income question, just see what is the question demanding from us. So it says, you are required to compute his total income and tax liability for the assessment year 25-26, clearly showing all the working. So we need to compute the total income, one. Second thing, we need to calculate the tax liability also. So please read the question carefully there, what the question is actually asking. And also, they are saying ignoring 115 BAC, it means as per optional regime. We don't have to find out as per default. So as per optional regime. So we find out that the question is asking from us to calculate the total income and the tax liability. All okay with it? So let's start. Now we'll read the question one by one. So this says, Kamal is a resident individual, age 48 years, working as a senior management position in a private bank since 20 years. So he's working in a bank, so probably he might be getting a salary income. During the previous year, 24-25, he received the following emoluments from the employer. Emoluments means salaries. So he received the following remuneration. It could be in the form of salary, it could be in the form of allowances, perquisites, or retirement benefits also. So his basic salary, so mostly the questions seems to be a salary question. So they are saying basic salary is 3,50,000 per month. Okay. Client entertainment reimbursement of 20,000 per month, out of which he submitted bills of rupees 2 lakh for the relevant year. See what it is. Please read it yourself. First read it yourself. I'm pausing a little over here. Try to read it yourself. What do you think it is? Guys, even if you would like to unmute yourself and you would tell me what it is, what do you think what it is? Client entertainment reimbursement. What does it mean? He's working with a bank. He's been given some amount so that he can actually entertain the clients. So is it for his personal purpose or for the official purpose? This is for the official purpose. Agree now? So he's getting a client entertainment reimbursement of 20,000 per month. That is, he has to engage the clients also, the bank customers also. That is the reason he's been given 20,000 per month. And in this case, it is for official purpose. So generally, this kind of thing should be exempted, right? It is not for your personal benefit. It is for the company's benefit. It is for the bank benefit. But he actually spent 2 lakh out of it. So he is getting, so if you remember in the chapter of salary, I always used to tell you that whatever the money which you are getting for official purpose, and if we are saving anything out of it, so that saving is taxable. So very nice, Shri and Amar. You told me that out of which 2 lakh for the relevant year he has submitted the bill. So it means that 20,000 into 12, 240 he is receiving. 2 lakh he has submitted the bill. So it means the 40,000 is the saving which is taxable. Correct, Shri and Amar. Everybody is okay with that? Can I proceed to the next point? Everybody is okay with it? Any doubt? You can even unmute and ask me. All okay? Very nice. Okay. Are listening clear? Now, C point. Leave travel allowance. What is leave travel allowance? See, your employer gives you money to uh, travel within the country. So I have discussed this point in regular batch, but probably I might not have discussed this point in the fast track batch. So please tell everybody, please understand that whatever the leave travel which you get for you, for your family, if it is within the country, and if you have traveled by air, so the economy class airfare is exempt. Economy class airfare is exempt under, okay. Quickly, guys, please write it about leave travel concession. Quickly. Hari, did I discuss this in the fast track? No. Shagna? No. Okay. 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 No issues. Let us discuss it right now. Please write with me. Leave travel concession. It is given to the employee. It is provided to the employee so that he can travel with family. It is given to the employee so that he can travel with family. It is fully taxable in default regime. You should know about this, that it is fully taxable under default regime. However, it is exempt up to a certain limit in optional regime. It is exempt up to a certain limit in optional regime. How much is exempt? If we travel by air, then economy class up to economy class fare is exempt. So generally by air, we have two classes, economy and business class. So it is economy class fare is exempt. So if we travel by any other mode, so if we are going on vacations by any other mode, let's say by railways or by bus or by any other thing, then up to first class deemed rail fare is exempt. Why I'm saying deemed? So let's say if somebody has traveled by bus or by other mode, so we will see that what would have been the cost of the first class rail fare. Guys, there are few other points also, but that is not that important. So in fact, if you know about leave travel concession this much also, most of the things would be covered. Please note that leave travel concession is only for travel, not for other purpose. So only your traveling expenses can be exempt, not for other purpose. Guys, generally, commonly, there are some specific places where family definition is different. But commonly, family definition is self spouse and children. In Income Tax Act, this is a common definition. Family definition is self, spouse and children. Second is plus parents, brother and sister, if dependent. This is a common definition of family. So if you could not find anywhere, if you're confused with the family definition anywhere, see, in the case of gifts, we have a very, very wide definition of family. But generally, whenever you get confused, so family definition, please consider this. This is actually a normal definition of family. If you will look at the definition under section 2, you will get this definition of family. So wherever they have used family, it means this. Hari, clear? Now again, I am repeating. Leave travel concession is given by the employer to the family, to the employee for travel purposes. Under default regime, make it fully taxable. Under optional regime, please make it exempt up to a certain limit. If the travel is by air, then economy class fare is exempt. If travel by any other mode, then deemed first class rail fare is exempt. This is much you should know. 99% it will be covered. 99% of the things would be covered. There are some other things also now Hari is telling me. See, children includes actually 2 children. Children includes actually 2 children. But if they were born before 1st October 19, so there are other things which is not that important. So if they were born before 1st October 1998 is the date. So before that, any number of children are allowed. So if they were born before 1/10/1998, guys, not that important. Not that important. Then number of children, any number of children are allowed. But after that, only 2 children is allowed. Not that important. So maximum children, you can take it 2. Right? This is more than enough for leave travel concession. Not that important perquisite. So that is the reason I didn't discuss this. There are a few things that I was telling you in salary chapter in fast track. That there are a few things which I am not discussing, which is not that important. Multiple birth, this and that. I don't know about this. Okay, yes, but Harshal, yes, multiple births. If they are twins, then they will be considered as one after one birth. So we are not going in detail into it, but yes, it is. Now come back. This much they will not ask. They have not asked this in the last 4, 5, 6, 7 attempts. They will not ask this. But yes, it is there. Come back. Leave travel concession. Leave travel concession. So leave travel allowance he is getting. And guys, we are following optional regime, right? See, if this would have been a default regime, I would have taxed everything, whatever we are getting. So leave travel concession is 4 lakh per annum. If this would have been default regime, 4 lakh would have been taxable. In case of optional regime, we can make it exempt up to the economy class airfare, or by, if he has traveled by any other mode, then the rail fare. He took a trip to Goa with his spouse and 2 children in December 24, for which plane boarding tickets, so it is saying about airplane, plane boarding tickets were 1 lakh and the hotel booking is 3 lakh, were submitted to the employer. So he has been given 4 lakh. He has traveled by air. Nothing is mentioned about the economy class or the business class. So we'll take that this is the economy class. And I am telling you that only the traveling expenses is exempt, not for any other purpose. So if your hotel booking, food charges, etc., it is fully taxable. So guys, now everybody tell me that out of this 4 lakh, how much you should think should be taxable? Now everybody tell me, out of this 4 lakh, how much should be taxable? Everybody okay with 3 lakh rupees? Correct? Why? Because food, etc., hotel expenses are taxable. So only your plane charges are exempt. So out of 4 lakh, 1 lakh is exempt, and 3 lakh will make it taxable. If this would have been default regime, I would have made entire 4 lakh taxable. D, performance bonus amounting 20% of the basic salary. Tell me guys, what about bonus? Is it bonus? Bonus is exempt or bonus is fully taxable? Everybody knows it. Bonus is always fully taxable, right? Very nice. Bonus is always fully taxable. Guys, I understand. Some of the things might be slipping from your mind. Don't feel nervous. Don't feel guilty about it. It is very normal. That is the reason I am conducting these practice sessions, so that some of the things we'll be discussing in these sessions and it will be revised also. So I understand your position. The examinations are around the corner. We have a pressure. Most of the time when we look at the question, we will think, oh, we have done that. Now we are forgetting it. That is completely okay. That is completely normal. It happens with everybody. The only solution is that don't stop. Stop means stop for taking rest. Stop for taking complete sleep. Don't stop means that when it's a time to study, don't stop there. Whatever the thoughts are coming, keep them aside. All thoughts, keep them aside. It will not help. Whether those thoughts are positive, whether those thoughts are negative, thoughts will never help you. What will help you is your action, your execution, right? So it is very normal. Most of the things you would be forgetting it. See, there are so much things in the income tax, not only income tax, other things, subjects also, right? And it is completely normal to forget them. The only thing is that keep on revising them. And the multiple times you revise, it would be beneficial for us. So don't worry. Most of the time when I'll be discussing this question, even if Santosh, everybody don't give me direct message on the group, right? So even when I'm discussing this, out of 100%, even if you forgot 90% of it, completely fine. But the thing is that once this session is over, at least you should know these provisions. Correct? Okay. Now, so bonus is fully taxable. E point. He is eligible to take a staff housing loan up to 20 lakh rupees at a concessional rate of 2.5%. So he is availing a loan facility of 20 lakh rupees at a rate of 2.5%. Now, please remember, for loan facility, if this would have been for medical purpose, for prescribed medical disease, it is an exempt perquisite. If it is a petty loan up to 20,000 rupees in a year, it is exempt. But in other cases, whatever is the saving in interest, that is taxable. So we have to see what is the bank rate interest versus how much you are paying. And generally in this case, we take the bank interest of SBI as on the first day of the year when we took the loan. Okay, coming back. He is eligible to take a staff loan, housing loan up to 20 lakh at a concessional rate of 2.5% per annum. So he has taken a housing loan, right? He availed a housing loan of rupees 15 lakh out of the same. Understand this. He is eligible to take the loan of 20 lakh. So please don't make a mistake here. He was eligible for 20 lakh, but how much loan he has taken? He has taken a loan of 15 lakh. So some students might commit a mistake over here. They will calculate the rate of interest on 20 lakh. So please don't calculate on 20 lakh. Whatever the loan which is outstanding, the loan which you have taken. So the loan we have taken is 15 lakh, not 20. We were eligible for 20, but whatever we have availed, that is our perquisite. So for 15 lakh, you have to calculate the rate of interest. I believe that this is clear to you, everyone. Okay. And he has taken the loan on 1st June 2024. So please start the interest calculation from June onwards, not from April. April, May, you will not calculate. So from June onwards, it would be 10 months. No repayment of loan has been made during the financial year 24-25. So it means that still the loan is outstanding. We have not done any repayment. The lending rate of SBI for the housing loan is 8%. So SBI is charging 8%. We are paying 2.5%. So there is a saving of 5.5%. Agree? So there is a difference of 5.5%. That is my perquisite. Guys, there are actually two things over here. Since he is following an optional regime, and what loan he has taken, a housing loan. First of all, it's a perquisite under salary. Second, if it is a self-occupied property or any other property, very nice, Harshal. In house property also, you are paying interest, right? You are paying interest. So you can take the deduction of 24B, interest on borrowing on home loan. Agree? So this is important. So indirectly, they are saying me, house property is also getting involved here. All okay with this? Now, the bank also allotted 1500 sweat equity shares to Kamal in May 24 at a rate of 1300 per share. These are sweat equity shares. So sweat equity shares are allotted to him at a rate of 1300 per share. It means that he has paid 1300 rupees. Is it a perquisite? Yes. So we compare the market value of the share versus the amount which you pay. And the market value of the share, we take it on the date of allotment, on the date of exercise, on the date of offer. What do you know about it? Of which date we take the market value for perquisite? The date of allotment of shares, exercising, or the date of offer? Market rate on the exercise date. Correct, Santosh and Harshal. The fair market value of the share was 1500 per share on the date of exercise of the option. So exercise, they have given only one fair market value, so that's good. So tell me, the fair market value was 1500. It was 1500 and we are paying 1300 for it. So 200 per share is the perquisite. 200 per share is the perquisite. So 200 into 1500 is the perquisite. He sold all the shares. He sold all the share. Guys, what type of income we are getting? Capital gain. So right now we got salary, little bit portion of house property, and now the capital gain. He sold all the shares of 2100 per share at on 31/3/2025. Guys, please remember, whenever you sell your sweat equity share, selling price is 2100. That is the full value of consideration. What is the cost? Cost is the, and he sold on 31st March 2025. I believe it's post budget, na Harshal? It's post budget. 23rd July 24 is the budget date, na? So he sold after it, post budget. Okay. My question was, what is the cost of sweat equity shares? What cost we take whenever there is a capital gain? What cost we take? The actual cost 1300? No. The fair market value on the exercise date. The fair market value on the exercise date. And I've told you to everyone in both the batches, regular as well as fast track, I told you that because if we take 1300, so there would be a double taxation because we have paid 200 rupees. We have paid 200 rupees as salary income also as perquisite. So we will take always the cost as fair market value on the date of exercise becomes the cost when we sell it also. So it would be 2100 minus 1500. Guys, tell me everybody is okay with this? I'll pause a little here. I'll pause a little. Although we have purchased it for 1300, but my cost would not be 1300 here when I'll be calculating my capital gain. This is at the time of calculation of capital gain. Are you all okay with this? Say yes or no. Correct. Lalu, instead of direct message on the group. Okay. Correct. So please remember, and even if you are forgetting it, now please remember. See, when you get this share, it becomes your salary income. The date of exercise of the option is the fair market value which you have to take. When you sell this shares, capital gain would be there. Whatever is the selling price, that's okay. The cost price should be again the same thing. The fair market value on the date of exercise. Just remember this, right? At least just remember this till first week of May. Right? After that, if you want to forget, then it's okay. Now, and he has sold on RSC. He has sold on RSC, assuming securities transaction has been paid. Guys, tell me, if he has sold on recognized stock exchange, if it is short term, then 111A. If it is long term, then 112A. What do you think it is? 111A or 112A? What do you think it is? Santosh is saying 111A. Why 111A? Tell me. It's a long term or a short term? Short term. For shares, we take 1 year. Understood now? For shares, we take 1 year, and we got these shares in May 24. We are selling it in March 25. It's not been even a year. It's not been even a year. So it's a short term capital gain 111A. Can you tell me the tax rate? Because we have to compute the tax also. It is pre-budget or post-budget? Post-budget. So the tax rate for 111A post-budget is 20%. Correct. 20. And although I was telling you in the classes also that most probably you will be getting the questions which is related to post-budget. But sometimes might it happen that they are giving you question of pre-budget. So please remember pre-budget rate was 15%, 1.5. Now it is 20% for 111A. Right? And what is the rate for 112A? 12.5%. Pre-budget it was 10%. Not that important. Not that important. Please concentrate on the rates of capital gain which are post-budget. Okay. Okay, that's it. Now they are saying the following transactions are made by Kamal during the previous year 24-25. He earned rental income of 35,000 per month from a 3 BHK residential flat situated at Delhi. So he is getting a rental income straight away now, house property. He purchased the said flat on 45 lakh in June 2024 using the housing loan availed from the employer and his own saving. So he has purchased this house of 45 lakh. Doesn't matter. I don't require this 45 lakh, whatever he has purchased it for, unless and until he is selling it. So right now I'm more concerned with house property income. So I'm concerned with 35,000 per month income. And he has purchased it in June 24. So please remember not to take the rent for the entire year. Why? Because he has purchased this in June 24. Now let us see that at which date he has let it out. Using the housing loan. So he has a house loan also. Which loan which he has taken some of, how much he has taken, 20 lakh or 15 lakh? 15 lakh. 20 lakh he was eligible, but he has availed only 15 lakh. So you will be getting a deduction of interest on borrowing as well. Quite a good question. And it was let out from July onwards. Right? July onwards. July means 9 months. So his actual rent is 35,000 into 9. Everybody okay with this? 35,000 into 9. Municipal taxes were paid by Kamal. So this person has also paid municipal taxes. If municipal taxes are paid by tenant, it is not allowed. Municipal taxes are only allowed if they are paid. If it is only outstanding, due, not allowed. Remember, in house property, municipal taxes only on payment basis. Now, B point. He invested 30 lakh in RBI floating rate saving bond on 1st September 2024. So he has purchased some bonds. What are these bonds? No need to concentrate on this. Whatever he has purchased, it's bonds. How much he has invested? 30 lakh rupees in September 24, earning an interest of 7% per annum. 7% per annum. So which income he is getting now? IFOS. They are not leaving anything. PGVP is left. Otherwise, everything is coming now. So on 30 lakh, 7%. But when he has invested? 1st September. Okay. Interest is credited half yearly on 1st January and 1st July. Guys, please remember, here they are saying you are getting interest on 1st January and 1st July, half yearly. After 6 months, you are getting the interest. So in 1st January, I am getting the interest. In 1st July, I am getting the interest. Okay. Assuming receipt basis of taxation. Guys, can you please tell me, assume receipt basis of taxation. Just read. What do you think that how much is the interest income? How much is the IFOS income? What do you think? Apply your brain. You could be right, you could be wrong. Doesn't matter right now. Even if it would be good that if you were to be wrong today. So if you will be wrong today, at least you will know that how we have to calculate it. So don't be afraid. Even if you are wrong, doesn't matter. You calculate how much is the IFOS income. And just concentrate on B point, nothing else. Just concentrate on this B point, nothing else, guys. Tell me, I'm waiting for a minute. Students who are watching recorded, please calculate it. Well, I'm still waiting. You can tell me, don't worry. Okay. Harshal is telling me 105,000. Raju sir 52,500. Amar and Santosh 70,000. Okay. Very good. See, what do we know about PGBP and IFOS? Same thing regarding PGBP and IFOS. How do we compute our PGBP as per the method of accounting followed by the assessee? Do you remember section 145 method of accounting? So we used to compute PGBP income, and same goes with IFOS also, as per the method of accounting followed by the assessee. If the assessee follows accrual basis, then we have to take everything on accrual. If the assessee follows receipt basis, then we have to take everything as on receipt basis. Agree? On receipt basis. Now, they are saying now for IFOS, there is no PGBP, but there is IFOS. And I was telling you, if you remember section 28, when the first chapter I was telling, first lecture of PGBP, I've told you in all the batches that income under PGBP and IFOS are taxable on receipt basis or accrual basis depending on the method of accounting. So here they are saying receipt basis. So whenever we receive the income, we consider it. So we receive the income on 1st January. See, September 24 we have invested. We receive the income on 1st January and then on 1st July. See, 1st July now it will not come in our year. 1st July 2025 will come in somewhere else. So whatever the interest which we have received on 1st January, that is taxable on receipt basis. So in January, for how many months we will receive? We invested in September, October, November, December, 4 months. So 4 months, 30 lakh into 7% for 4 months will give you 70,000. Correct, Amar, Santosh and Raju sir. 70,000 would be taxable. Everybody tell me understood or not? If you want, I would happy to explain again. So it will be on receipt basis. So whenever we receive, we make it income. That's it. So whatever is received during the year, January 25 is this year. July 25 would be next year. So I'm not concerned with July. I'm concerned with whatever is received on January. On January, we have received, it is not 31st January, it is 1st January. So it means till December, we have received the interest. September till December goes 4 months. I believe everybody is clear with this. Very good. Okay. He also paid LIC premium. He also paid LIC premium for 15,000 for self. Guys, which section they are referring to? Which section they are referring to? 80C. Correct? 80C. And he's following optional regime. Had it been default regime, I would not have given 80C. But now optional regime, 80C would be there. LIC premium for self, 15,000. For wife, 30,000 for dependent father, age 75 years. Guys, tell me, is it allowed for self? Is it allowed for wife and dependent father? Are we okay with all three? LIC premium. Are we okay with all three? For self and spouse, we are okay. In 80C, parents are not covered. Parents are covered in 80D. 80D, that is health insurance premium. 80D is health insurance premium. Harshal, parents were covered there, but in 80C, parents are not covered. In 80C, self, spouse, children, dependent or non-dependent, both are covered. But 80D, only dependent children are covered. Right? Everybody understood it? So for father will not get, self and spouse 15-20 will get. Santosh, I'll tell you, don't worry. Now, medical insurance premium paid on the health of dependent father. Medical insurance premium paid. What is this section about? Medical insurance premium. What do you think? Which section are they talking of? 80D. In 80D, we have two categories. One is self, spouse, and dependent children. Next category is parents, dependent, non-dependent, both. Right? Now, medical insurance premium paid on the health of dependent brother. Tell me, guys, dependent brother, allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? In 80D, dependent brother was not there. First category, self, spouse, children, that too dependent. Second category, parents, dependent, non-dependent. Brother, sister were not covered there. So, medical insurance for dependent brother you will not get. Major dependent son, you will get it. Why? Although it's major, but it is dependent son. So, we can get it. So, for dependent son, we can get it. Amounting to rupees 5,000 paid by check and 10,000 paid by cash respectively. Okay. Guys, for brother, we have paid 5,000 for by check. Whatever we have paid it for, we will not get it. And for dependent son, we can get it. 10,000. It is paid in cash. What do you know about it? Allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? Raju sir, there is nowhere written preventive health checkup. Preventive health checkup is nowhere written. So how can we take 5,000 rupees for that? I agree. I think that you are talking about preventive health checkup. That 5,000 in cash is allowed. But where it is the preventive health checkup? It is for health insurance, na? So for health insurance, nothing will be allowed. Got it, sir? Correct. Okay. So dependent son is allowed, but the thing is that it is paid in cash, so we will not allow it. So 80D will not get. 80D will not get. Okay. In December 24, he earned dividend income of 5 lakh rupees gross on the shares of the bank held by him. So this is again a IFOS income 5 lakh rupees. So we have two IFOS. One is dividend 5 lakh straight away, and second is interest income 70,000 rupees. Why? On receipt basis. Santosh is asking me, sir, if this would have been due basis, then it's simple. We would have taken till March. So we will include January, February, March also in that case. 4 months this and 3 months, January, February, March. Santosh, I would have taken for 7 months. Got it? If this would have been on due basis, I would have taken interest for 7 months. Santosh, okay? Okay. You are required to compute his total income and tax liability. Okay, guys. Now you are required to compute his total income. Everybody with me. Let's start the question. Computation of total income and tax liability of Mr. Kamal, AY 26-27. Is it? Sorry. 25-26. Optional regime. Guys, I always used to tell you that whenever you do the questions for total income, just see out of 5 heads, which head we don't have in the question. So I think except PGBB, we have everything. Except PGBB, we have everything. And if you think that if any of the head calculation will take some good amount of space, some 6, 7, 8, 9 lines, then it's better to make a working note for that. Generally, we make working note for PGBP, but here there is no PGBP. The main question is salary. Most of the things which we are getting is from salary. So we will consider that to make the working note for salary. I think for house property, there is not much calculation. It will be covered in 3-4 lines. In capital gain, again, 2-3 lines is required. In correct now, it is only one capital gain. And which one? IFOS, again, 2-3 lines are required. So we'll not make the working notes for those, but for salary, we can make the working notes. All okay with this? So income under the head salary. We'll make working note number 1. Now, income under house property income we have. Then we have capital gain, then we have IFOS. And please don't make so many working notes, otherwise it will eat up your time in examination. So it's better to make as less notes as possible. So if this will take just 2 or 3 lines, it's better not to make a working note. Just do it, complete it right here. Otherwise, it will eat up your time. We'll not be able to complete our 100% paper. So house property will make it over here. And we know that house property calculation is very, very simple. And you all know that there is a fixed format. So first we have GAV. And in this case, we have municipal taxes also that we have paid. So we will deduct municipal taxes paid. We'll get NAV, net annual value, minus 24A deduction. Even if you don't remember the section number, that's completely fine. You can write standard deduction, which is at a rate of 30%. And second is 24B. What is 24B? Interest on loan. And we have the interest on loan over here. We are paying interest also. Correct? And this will give you your house property income. So what is GAV? I always used to tell you in your classes that although GAV is expected rent or actual rent, whichever is higher, and you know how to calculate your expected rent, municipal value, fair rental value, whichever is higher, limited to standard rent, right? But I was always used to tell you that 90% of the chances, in fact, more than 90% are the chances that the question paper will not give you the details of expected rent. So generally take only your actual rent as GAV. Correct now? So most of the time, more than 90% of the time, you will find this, that your GAV is actually your actual rent. So my actual rent was 35,000, if I'm not mistaken. See, 35,000. And it was let out from which date? It was let out from July. So 35,000 into how much, guys? 9 months. Correct? April, May, June. We are not having any rent. So it is 35,000 into 9. Is it 3,15,000? $315,000. Municipal taxes paid. Have we paid any municipal taxes by the owner? Yes. He has paid 12,000 municipal taxes. So NAV is 3,03,000. Everybody okay with that? Very good. Good. 24A, 30%. It is 9,900. And interest on loan. So guys, please tell me, 24B, interest on loan is allowed on due basis also. Even although nothing is mentioned in the question, but please remember, in housing loan, in house property, It is allowed on due basis also. In PGBP, whenever we take loan from banks, financial institution, etc., it is allowed subject to 43B, only on actual payment up to the due date of ROI. Do you remember that as well? So interest on loan is how much? Interest on loan would be, we have taken a loan of how much? 20 lakh or 15 lakh? 15 lakh. So 15 lakh into how much interest we are paying? 2.5%. Are we paying 8%? No, no, no. 8% is the rate of interest which SBI is offering, but how much we are actually have to pay? We have to pay 2.5%. So 8% I will be using it when I'll be computing the salary income perquisite, right? So here it would be 15 lakh into 2.5%, and we have taken the loan on 1st June 2024. So how much it would be? 15 lakh into 2.5%, 37,500 divided by 12 into 10. So it is 31250. Everybody agree with me? Is it 31250? Correct, Harshal. Yes. So I'm writing it over here. It is 15 lakh into 2.5% for 10 months. 31,250. Guys, tell me the amount of house property now. Is it 180? Correct. 180,850. I'm also getting the same thing. 180,850. Correct. Everybody is okay with this? Now we are having a capital gain also. Capital gains. What are we selling? We are selling shares. How many shares? I believe 1500 was there, no? Yeah, 1500 shares we are selling. They are telling us now all the shares are sold. So please also remember that you have 1500 shares. So just in your question, you have to see that how many shares are getting sold. So here, all the shares are getting sold. So 1500 shares are getting sold for 2100. So it is 1500 shares. Full value of consideration would be 1500 shares into 2100. 31,50,000 minus cost of acquisition. What cost of acquisition we take for sweat equity shares? The fair market value on the exercise date. Always remember, the fair market value on the exercise date becomes the cost. So the cost was of 1500 shares into how much was the value on the exercise date? It was 1500. So this would be is it 22,50,000 rupees? Correct. How much you are getting? Guys, 9 lakh. All okay with me? This is 9 lakh. This is a short-term capital gain, 111A. Even if you don't, I think that you already know what is section 111A and you remember this section also, in case you forget. But I think that we have done this section so many times, I've repeated it so many times, I think you must have retained this section number. Even if you don't remember, there is no problem at all. But yes, you should remember that on this, there is a tax rate of 20% post-budget. Since because they have actually asked us to compute the tax liability also, so we'll be computing the tax as well. Then we have IFOS income also. First is interest on bonds. that too on receipt basis. So we have bonds of rupees, how much? We have bonds of 30 lakh rupees, 7%, and we calculated it for 4 months. Agree? So this is 30 lakh into 7% for 4 months. I think that you have already given me 70,000 rupees. And there is also a dividend. Guys, this dividend is net dividend or gross dividend? After TDS or before TDS? So we have seen it was gross now. It was given to us. It's a gross amount. 5 lakh rupees. It's a gross amount. So if it's a gross amount, then there we don't have to do anything for it. But if this would have been net amount, then I believe that you know that we have to make it before TDS. Everybody agree? Tell me guys, what is the rate of what is the TDS rate? I'm not asking you the section. The section is 194 on dividend. Very nice, very nice. The rate of TDS is 10%. So if this would have been after TDS, so we would have computed it. We have done our mathematics. You all know how to change from net to gross. Everybody. So dividend right now it is gross. So it is 5 lakh. So we have 5,70,000 as IFOS income. Everybody has done till here. First of all, tell me. All okay? Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Now, so this will give us, we need to compute the salary now. And after that, we will get the gross total income. Then we have certain deductions. 80C we have. 80D we don't have, right? 80D, although we will mention it, but we don't have 80D. One is for dependent brother, it is not allowed. Second is for dependent son. It could be allowed, but since it is paid in cash, so we will not allow that 80D. Okay. Now, income under the head salary. So let us make a working note. Let us leave this page as it is because we have to compute the taxes also. So this is our main page. This is our main page. Let us make the working note. Let us make the first working note, salary. And I always used to tell you when we were doing salary that it is very, very important just to make the list of the things which we are getting from the employer. Forget about that, how much is taxable, how much is exempt. You have to make the list of all these things which we are getting. So what are we getting? Just make the list of it. So we are getting basic salary, client reimbursement, leave, LTC. Okay. First write these three. So we are getting basic salary. Then client reimbursement expenses we are getting, or allowance we are getting. Then we are getting leave travel allowance. Okay. Bonus, interest on perquisite of concessional loan. Okay, let us write this as well. So we are getting bonus. Concessional interest facility. What else? Sweat equity shares. That's it. We are getting sweat equity shares. Okay. Everybody okay with it? Have you done this? First of all, tell me. Good. Very nice. Basic salary. How much is the basic salary? 3,50,000 per month. Nothing is given that he has left the job, he has joined the job at which date. So we'll always take it as, if nothing is mentioned, 12 months. So it is 3,50,000 into 12. 42 lakh. Correct. Amar, Hari, very nice. Himacha, good. Very good. Client reimbursement expenses. So we are getting 4 lakh. And out of this, no, not 4 lakh. 4 lakh was LTC. So I think it was 20,000 per month, no? Yeah, it's 20,000 per month. So 20,000 per month into 12 minus 2 lakh. So how much is the saving? 40,000. Correct, Amar. So it is 20,000 into 12 we are getting, but 2 lakh is the bills which we are submitting. So saving is 40,000. That will be taxable. Leave travel allowance we are getting 4 lakh, but only the traveling expenses 1 lakh would be allowed as deduction. So 1 lakh would be exempt over here, and remaining 3 lakh would be taxable. Bonus is always fully taxable, and it is 20% of the basic salary. So 20% of this basic salary, it is 20% of basic salary. So this is 840. Correct. 8.4 lakh. And concessional interest facility. Now please see that the loan is outstanding for the entire year. No, we have taken this loan in the month of June and it is then outstanding. So 15 lakh is not 20 lakh. 20 lakh he was eligible, but he has availed only 15. So 15 lakh into how much is the saving in interest? Bank would have charged 8%, and here the employer is charging 2.5%. So it would be 15 lakh into 8% minus 2.5% into, for how many months? We have availed it from June onwards, 10 months. Is it 68750? Let me calculate. I think you're correct. 15 lakh into, correct, 68,750. Sweat equity shares. So how much sweat equity shares we are getting? 1,500 shares. And what is the benefit which we are getting? We are getting a share which is of 1,500 rupees of value, and we are paying 1,300 for it. Do you remember this? See, 1,500 shares we are getting for rupees 1,300. That means that we are paying 1,300. And this share was on the fair market value on the date of exercise is 1,500. So it is 1,500 shares into 200 each. So I'll show it 1,500 minus. So don't get confused. This 1,500 is the number of shares and this 1,500 is the market value on the exercise date. 200 per share. 3 lakh. Guys, what do you think that, what is the total? Everybody has done till here. Tell me what is the total? 42 lakh plus 340. 5748750. Correct. I'm also getting the same thing. So it is 57 lakh 48,750 minus standard deduction. Tell me how much? 75,000 or 50,000? Standard deduction 70 or 50? 50,000. Very good. Why? It's an optional regime. Very good. 50,000. This is my salary. And guys, I am getting an idea. See, if salary income is this, there are some other income also. His income is going above 50 lakh. Surcharge would also be there. Agree, na? So it is 56,98,750. So we'll write it over here. 56,98,750 plus house property, capital gain, and dividend and interest, IFOS. Tell me the total. What do you think the total is? 56,98,750 plus 180,850 plus 9 lakh plus 570. Is it 73,49,600? Correct, Shagna. Correct. Amar, Harshal, Santosh. Correct. Okay, it's for Santosh, not Shagna. Okay. 73,49,600. Now, less deductions. Deduction under chapter 6A. ATC, life insurance premium. So for self, we'll get, for spouse, we'll get, but for father, will not get. And guys, you know that there is an internal limit of 10% also, 10%, 15%, 20% as the case may be. You must be knowing it. But here sum assured is not given, date of policy is not given, so we'll not consider that. So LIC premium 15,000, 20,000, 30,000 will not get, 15 and 20. So 35,000. We'll get this. 80D, health insurance. We'll show it to them, na? That why we are not giving. For brother, not allowed. For dependent son, could be allowed, but it is paid in cash. Therefore, not allowed. Everybody is okay. Have you done till here? So how much is the total income now? There is no other deduction. 73,49,600 minus 35,000. So it is 73,14,600. This is the total income. Now you have to calculate the tax liability also. They are saying to calculate the tax liability as well. So in this case, the tax liability would be tax on above. First, you have to see that whether it has any special income. Is it having 111A, 112, 112A, long-term capital gain on equity shares, casual income? The answer is only yes. Only one special income we have, that is short-term capital gain, that is 111A on equity shares, securities, STCG, triple one A at a rate of 20%. So it was 90 lakh. So I believe it would be 20% would be 18 lakh, right? No. It was 9 lakh, no? Not 90. One lakh 80,000. Correct, Harshal, 9 lakh. And on remaining, slab rates on remaining income. See how you calculate remaining. This is the special total income minus 9 lakh So you will get slab rates on 64 lakh 14,600. Have you all got the 64 lakh out of total? This is special. The remaining is 64 14,600. So on 64 14,600, you have to apply slab rates. And which slab rates? Optional regime. And this assessee is not a senior citizen. So 0 to 2.5 lakh nil, 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, right? 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%, and more than 10 lakh, it is 30%. So we can easily calculate. Can you calculate this for me? So you can calculate this as in rough, right? And you also know that just deduct 10 lakh out of it. On 54 lakh 14,600, 30%, and on 10 lakh in optional regime we have 1 lakh 12,500. Just add them. So you are getting 17 lakh 36,880. Okay, tell me the total. Plus 1,80,000. Are you all okay with 1916,880? Correct, Shagna. Hari, correct. 1916,880. Okay, guys. Surcharge. How much would be the surcharge rate? The income is more than 50 lakh, but not more than 1 crore. So we have the surcharge rate of 10%. So 191688. 21 lakh 8,568 plus 4% health and education cess 84,342. 21 lakh 92,910. Is it? My calculation is correct or not, guys? Please tell me. This is the tax liability, and we need to compute the tax liability only. 21,92,910. Everybody has done this. Tell me, guys. Then we'll proceed to the next question. Everybody has done this. Very, very good. Very, very good.